the next section, we have Rachtza, which is now where we wash our hands. We have hidden the afikomen on the side earlier in the Seder. This may be a moment to not notice if it should happen to move. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al netilat yadayim. Next we have the Motzi Matzah, our 3 matzahs. The middle matzah, remember, is broken, so it is only a portion of a matzah. We hold all 3 of them like this, with the broken one in the middle, and we recite the first bracha, and then that is the bracha on the bread, which we do that holding all of this, but then we're going to make specifically the bracha on the matzah, which does not require 2, and so we'll actually take this and we'll drop the bottom one, and we'll be left just holding the full matzah and the broken half. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al chilat matzah. Now everyone, we break up the matzah and we pass it around so that everyone can get a piece. And when you get your matzah, you should take it and eat it in a reclining position. Opinions differ on how much matzah one is supposed to eat in order to have fulfilled the minimum requirement for eating the matzah. According to what it says here, it says each participant is required to eat an amount of matzah equal in volume to an egg. Since it is impossible to provide a sufficient amount of matzah from the 2 matzahs for all members of the household, other matzahs should be available at the table from which to complete the required amounts. However, each participant should receive a piece from each of the top 2 matzahs. The matzahs are to be eaten while reclining on the left side, and without delay, they need not be dipped in salt. Next up is Maror, which is the eating of the bitter herb. Often horseradish is put on the plate. One of the traditions is that romaine lettuce is extremely good for fulfilling the mitzvah of use of Maror. It is taken and we dip it into the charoset on our kara. So we dip a little bit into the charoset. It says here, the head of the household takes a half-egg volume of maror, dips it into the charoset, shakes off the charoset, and gives each participant a like amount. Then we will make the bracha on the maror. We also have an intention. There'll be later we eat more maror in the fulfilling of the next part, which is korech. So the bracha we make now is also in fulfillment of the korech. We would normally make a borei pri hadama on any kind of vegetable, but we've already done that when we did for karpas, and we should have had in mind back then that this is fulfilling for the eating of the maror as well. And when one eats the maror, one does not recline. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al achilat maror. The next part is korech, which is the eating of the matzah and maror sandwich. The instructions, which I'll read here from the Haggadah, are: the bottom, thus far unbroken matzah, is now taken. From it, with the addition of other matzahs, each participant receives a half-egg volume of matzah along with an equal volume portion of maror dipped in charoset, which is shaken off. The following paragraph is recited, and the sandwich is eaten while reclining. So we take 2 pieces of matzah, maror, charoset, and we recite this before we eat it. Zeicher lemikdash kehilel, kenasa hilel, bizman shebeit hamikdash haya kayam, haya korech matzah maror ve'ochel biyachad, lekayem ma shenemar, al matzot morim yochluhu. And now we lean and we eat the korech sandwich. And now we've arrived at the meal portion of the Seder. Now we're up to Tzafun. This is the part where we eat the afikomen. This comes at the end of the meal, and it should be the last thing that we eat after the dessert, after everything that has come. From the afikomen matzah, and from additional matzahs to make up the required amount, a half-egg volume portion, according to some, a full egg's volume portion, is given to each participant. It should be eaten before midnight, while reclining, without delay, and uninterruptedly. Nothing may be eaten or drunk after the afikomen, with the exception of water and the like, except for the last 2 Seder cups of wine. Okay, so now we're going to go fetch our afikomen, which has been stored over... Wait a minute. The bag is empty. Somehow the afikoman has got... Has anyone seen the afikoman? I just had the afikoman here a second ago. Is there anyone... Hello? All done. Be right back. Okay, we're back. We have the afikoman. It didn't cost me too much this year, but I had to strike a bargain with my kids who somehow made it disappear right before the meal. But now we've got the afikoman. So we're going to take the afikoman, which I'm holding here a whole matzah, but this is actually the larger portion of the matzah which we broke earlier in Yachatz. And we're going to give it around, and we're going to eat it. No blessing or anything required, just leaning on the side and eating the matzah.